you know, everything you learn at a conference is going to be, you can find it all on, you know, Facebook. You can find it on YouTube. So going to a conference and listening to the speakers is not going to be the most important thing you do. You know, networking with other sellers, networking with the speakers, that's where you're going to find your value. Because, you know, like I said, you can find all that other information elsewhere. And of course, they're going to be touring the, Sam's going to take you on a tour, you know, for the people who want to go, you know, of his warehouse, which is great. You know, I really haven't been up there yet. So, you know, I don't know exactly how it works. He's got a new warehouse that he moved to, which is much bigger. So that's how he's able to do these other things. But, you know, seeing how other warehouses work, even if you don't have a warehouse, you know, the workflow is where you're losing all your time. No matter, you know, how good your warehouse is, how good your home setup or wherever you're processing at, you know, somebody has a better way to do it. You know, and I've learned a lot from a lot of other people, seeing their warehouses, seeing their setups, and, you know, the faster you can process your product, the faster you can get back to the things that are important, whether it's sourcing new product or it's going to, you know, spend time with your family. You know, whatever's more important to you, you're going to get that time back. You know, time is the only commodity that you can't get back. So, you know, the most important thing, you know, is to, you know, always be growing and improving your workflow. And, you know, networking. The networking is the most important part. If you don't hear anything the speakers talk about, you know, that's not what you're there for. You're there for, you know, the networking, the meeting the other people. And, you know, if you have any other questions or, you know, anything you want to talk about before you go there, you know, feel free to get with me. Sam Cohen's a really good friend. Good. So Santosh, I guess, is going there. Like I said, please, you know, introduce yourself to Sam. You know, let him know you're, you know, you're with the Mastermind group. I do a lot to help in their Mastermind, and you know, I'm sure if there's anything he can do to help us out, you know, he'd be happy to. So what, if there's no specific questions anyone has, I really wanted to talk about doing bundling tonight. I've had a lot of questions on that, so I'd really like to you know, cover all of your questions that I've been getting, you know, to help everybody. So let me look at my notes. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen because, you know, the most important part of, you know, expanding your Amazon business is knowing the rules. You know, and if you're doing, whether it's bundles or groceries or multi-packs, you know, there's specific rules that you need to learn and you need to follow. Bring that up. You know, and there's quite a few rules, and, you know, there's some intricacies about doing bundling. If you haven't done bundling, you know, there's bundles you can copy, and there's bundles that you can't. Okay, let me share my screen with you guys. And, you know, what I mean by what you can't copy are things that are going to be basically any kind of branding. You know, if somebody has a special box even that has their name on it, or a sticker with their name on it, or if it's coming with an ebook that they're probably not supposed to have anyway, those are still things that you're not going to be able to replicate. A carrying bag or a bottle opener. I've seen all these that have been added to bundles that stop you. It's going to stop you from doing that product, because you're not going to be able to replicate that it exactly. And before we get started, Barry basically wanted to know if you can. He wants to know about having bundle in the title, and that is one of the rules. I believe it's on this page, but you have to have bundle in the title of every bundle you create. And as far as grocery, there are some questions whether a manufacturer sells it that way. You could do a grocery bundle. A lot of the grocery bundles that I see are things that are labeled for individual sale. So, if the product says this product not labeled for individual sale, if you go to Walmart and buy some fruit snacks, you can't separate that. But, if you go to Sam's, which is a place for people, with, stores, convenience stores, restaurants, almost all of those products are labeled for individual sale, that you can separate those. And this really goes back to the question of multi-packs. They have that rule that states, that a multi-pack has to be manufacturer created. And it's every time I've opened a case about it, the response the response has basically been, it's backwards. It's really, you can't take, like I just said, a pack of 6 and make it a single pack. So if you buy, a box of candy bars, that has 6 of them, you can't open that box and sell them in a single pack or a 2-pack. That's the way I interpret it. When I've called and asked for clarification, that's what they've told me. But getting back to the bundles, we're just going to go over this real quick. Well-designed product bundles provide convenience and value to buyers. Adhering to this policy, including the below guidelines for the creation of bundles, will help Amazon customers locate specific bundles more easily and prevent duplicate or near duplicate listings. Sellers can create bundles composed of different products to create a new bundled product. Now, a lot of people think this is just general instructions and they can skip over this, but I would say, that this line is probably the most important thing on this whole page. It says sellers can create bundles composed of different products to create a new bundled product. This is saying this is a new product. And it's the same as private labeling. When you make a bundle, that's now your product. Whatever brand name you put on it, whatever name it is, that is what the product is. It's no longer, a bunch of different products. This is now one product. So if you put, Shawn Mayo's candy basket, that's what it is. It's no longer, a Snickers bar and a Baby Ruth or whatever you have in it. It's now a new product, and those are just the contents. It would be the same as if you buy a cookie variety pack at Sam's and sold it. It's not the sum of the parts. It's a new product, the same as when you would have bought that. So Jonathan says he uses the store name as a manufacturer. That's good. That's fine. However, it is that you want to do that. But remember, it's whatever you create it as. You're creating a new product. It's not the contents. The contents don't matter anymore. You still do have to follow rules, obviously, but the point is that it's a new product. Kelly wants to know other people can still go on the listing, and we'll get into that. And what I mentioned before is that it depends on how you create it. If you make a bundle of, I like using Oreos. So if you have, a regular Oreo and the pumpkin Oreo, for example, that it's, a limited edition type of thing, and that's it, then, that's a product that anybody else can list on. There's nothing exclusive there. But if you create a bundle and, it's, 6 kind of candy bars, and it's in a box or a special printed box or just a regular box with your label on it, or you give a bag, and I do have specific examples I'll show you after we go through this. But if you make something that can't be replicated, you remember with all Amazon listings, you have to match that photo exactly. So if you don't, then the product is not the same. Somebody can't send that in and have it in their own box with their own sticker on it. It has to match that picture. It has to be the same product. Remember, when a bundle is created, it's a new product. So if you're selling something else, it's not the same product. So that means you shouldn't jump on other people's, and other people can't jump on yours. And if they do, you can buy one and claim that it's not authentic, because it's not. And the same thing goes for you. If you jump on somebody else's, the people who own that can do the same thing, because they're doing something that's not legit. Now, if it's just 2 different kinds of coffee, 3 different kinds of coffee, 6 kinds of cake mix, and that's all that's in the picture, then that's all it is. That's also a bundle, but that's more of an open bundle that anybody can sell on. Okay, continuing. Bundled products may be listings in all categories except books, music, video, and DVD, BMVD, or what I call the media categories, and video games. Now, bundles, you can put those products as part of a bundle, but it can't be the main product. Bundles are only allowed when the primary product in the bundle is not a media or video game product. For example, you can list bundles composed of a yoga mat as the primary product and a yoga DVD and a yoga book, but you cannot list a bundle composed of a DVD and a book, or 6 kinds of DVDs or 6 kinds of books. They don't want multi-packs of media of any kind or bundles. The referral fee applicable to the product category in which the bundle is listed will apply to the entire bundle, of course, because it's one product. All bundles are subject to review for appropriateness and relevance. Amazon may, in its sole discretion, determine whether any bundle complies with this policy. Failure, okay, that's standard stuff. Okay, bundle basics. Bundles must consist of items that are highly complementary and provide a value to the buyer when compared to the individual items purchased separately. So that means, you can't sell things from different listings, different, you can't have a pack of Oreo cookies and, a toy and, just stuff that don't go together. It has to be stuff that goes together, stuff that's going to bring value to the buyer. Remember, as sellers, that's what we're doing. We need to bring value to our customers. So you have to think, is that bringing value to the Amazon customer? And if it's not, then you probably shouldn't be listing it. These bundles shouldn't be created to stifle competition. That's not what it's about. Growing the Amazon catalog, is really the worst thing you can do. It hurts everybody. All products and bundles must comply with the product listing policies, which is the same for any product. And the other thing to note is you can't, put, again, it falls under the idea of complementary. But so what that means is, if you're not approved in grocery, you can't have one toy, 5 grocery items, and then put it in the toy category. They still have to fall under the correct category. A bundle may only be listed in a single category even if the products comprising the bundle are from multiple categories. If a bundle does include products from multiple categories, the bundle may only be listed in the single category to which the highest price item in the bundle best relates, excluding any media or video game product, even if it is the highest priced in the bundle. If you list a product bundle, you must accept the entire bundle as a return and make a refund on the item as a single unit. So see, again, over and over, they're reiterating the idea that this is a single unit. Every product is a single product. You know, if you're private labeling, making bundles, making multi-packs, it's still one single product. A bundle cannot contain any separate warranty products or extended service plans. Bundle images, features, and descriptions must adhere to all listing policies. For example, as with single products, information specific to a seller is not allowed in product descriptions, including only information about the products in the bundle. You know, so, you know, this is again saying that, you know, it's Amazon's listing. You can't put, you know, free shipping. You can't put your seller name or all of that, you know, other information. Each bundle must have its own unique identifier, such as UPC, EAN, GTIN, or manufacturer's part number. For example, the UPC of any individual product in the bundle may not serve as the UPC for the bundle. You're responsible for obtaining a new UPC for every product. So it's basically saying it's going to be a new product with a new UPC, and you need to supply that new UPC, which we all know you just go to eBay and buy them. When a bundle is not a bundle, if the bundle is actually a multi-pack of the same product, do not list it as a bundle. Use the option for displaying items with different package quantity. So, you know, so again, if it's a multi-pack, it's not a bundle. You know, a lot of people don't understand the difference, but a multi-pack is multiples of the same style of the same product, the exact same product. If it's cake mix that has 3 different kinds, 2 different kinds, 6 different kinds, then it's now a bundle. You know, if it has multiple flavors, it's a bundle. If it's the same flavor, it's a multi-pack. If the bundle is actually a variation of a parent product, then do not list it as a bundle. Use the option for displaying variations. Okay, so that's saying sizes. If they're different sizes and different colors, not a bundle. Okay, bundles may not be listed in any media category or video games. Again, saying the same thing. I mean, exact same example. If you match your bundle to any existing bundle listing, the products in your bundle must be exactly the same as the products in the existing bundle in every respect. So this is saying what we just talked about. You know, if you list against an existing bundle, it has to be exactly the same in every respect. You may not change the components of the bundle. If the bundle is different in any way, you must create a new listing instead of listing against the existing one. Okay, so before we go on, should you put each item's name in the title? The names of each item should be in the description. So, you know, I've seen a lot of like food bundles, you know, be sent away to school or college that will say, you know, a variety of this. That's not okay. You have to list what's in there. They do that so if they run out of something, they can just send something else in. You know, and that's not all right with Amazon. But you don't have to list it in the title because, again, it's a brand new product. So if you're creating a new product and the contents are what you're listing in the description, but of course you don't have to list the contents, you know, of every product in the title of that product. But I would definitely suggest you put them in the description if you're creating some kind of bundle. You know, and it's going to help you because people are eventually going to try and list on you against your product, you know, your bundle, and you know, it's another way you can fight it if they're not putting in those exact products. So bundle listing contents. Include the word bundle and the number of items in the product title. Example title, bundle, 3 items, tote bag, knit scarf, and gloves blue. The first, so, you know, this is an example. Well, and like I said, you can, but you don't have to. It's not saying this is required. But usually the number of items, bundle is required, but you know, they want you to put the number of items in the bundle. It's not, you know, required, but you know, it is suggested. And of course, the contents aren't required, but again, you know, sometimes it helps, you know, when it's, you know, simple things like this. You know, when it gets more complicated, it's not always necessary. The first feature bullet should state that the product is bundled of X number of items and include identification of the products in the bundle. The description must also state that the product is a bundle and identify the specific products included in the bundle with appropriate designators such as model number, color, and size. And then the main image of the bundle must include all of the exact products in the bundle and only the products in the bundle. Images of representative products are not permitted. So, you know, these are, you know, most of these rules are the same as with any product. You know, you can't have a drawing or, you know, some kind of artist representation or a 3D model, you know, of your products. And then the same goes for a bundle. That's what they're saying by this image. It has to be an actual picture. And also not have things that aren't in the bundle. Okay, so, you know, that's basically covers, you know, the rules. And so, you know, let's talk about the ways that they actually, you know, are going to apply to us. So here's an example of what I would consider, you know, an open bundle that anybody could list on. You know, this is a pack, and this happens to be a product that they sell at the Dollar Tree. I don't know if you find them all at the Dollar Tree, but I mean, you know, this is basically $6. You might be able to find it somewhere for less, but it's selling for $21. You know, you might be able to find this for 89 cents at Walmart's, but the only place I've really seen it is the Dollar Tree. So we're talking about a $6 investment plus shipping. There's it's a Martha White Muscle Lovers Variety Bundle of 6 mixes. You know, so the title is great. It has all the ingredients in it. And Martha White is a manufacturer. And it looks like there's only one seller on here, but there's nothing in here that's stopping from other people from selling it. You know, anybody can go and source this wherever they're going to source it at, and they can find these products and send them into Amazon. You know, they're not in a special box. There's no other product that that's going with this that's stopping people from reproducing this bundle. So it's open to anybody. They don't even have their own brand name on it. This may not be the original person who even created this listing. 88,000 in grocery, which is not bad. I'm sure, you know, if we wanted to investigate it, we could see that, you know, around Q4, the rank was probably a whole lot better, because, you know, this is something that you bake, and it's 6 different things you're going to bake. You're not going to mix these together. You're not going to make them at the same time. You know, so baking does really good in the wintertime. You know, we're in spring and going to go till summer, and you know, these aren't going to be products that, you know, are hot sellers right now, but, you know, they're still going to sell all year long. So I'm sure the rank goes a whole lot better. So now let's look at, we're going to look at a clothes bundle, or what I call a clothes bundle. I don't know if anybody else does. So here's something, one example of something that somebody created. They took some candy out of a Halloween or some kind of variety candy pack, and they took some nerds. These are like the Dollar Tree nerds, and this is a Dollar Tree size of Twizzlers. And then they took some stickers, and they have a box that may or may not, be originally created. You can see all the stuff that's in here. I don't know how they're doing that with paper in the bottom. It may come in a box, may come in some kind of poly bag. It has artificial shadows in there, which aren't really allowed. But it does have all the information. So this is something that's either going to be, the rank doesn't matter. This is just an example. This isn't a great rank. But I'm sure it's going to be a lot better soon, because this is the kind of gift basket you're going to send to maybe a kid at summer camp, or, people going to school. The back to school time is really the big time for these, because parents send them to kids at college. We've sold a ton of stuff like this in the past. Now, these stickers could be hard to source. I mean, I've never seen them anywhere, but, this is something that's going to be a little bit hard to source. But again, it's possible that these products could all be found. But now, if we go on to so this next one is a snack bundle. They're calling it Hungry Man Snack Bundle. But as you can see, it's, there's a bunch of the kind of products you're going to see at places like Sam's or Costco. They're big multi-packs. You get 24 of these peanuts, and you get whatever, 36 of these Slim Jims, and a case of combos, and, a case of all this stuff. And you fill all the boxes up with it. But, you can buy any of that. But what you can't do, see what else we have for pictures here. Okay, nothing good. What you can't do is this. This is their original sticker. This is what makes a private label item something that you can't replicate. You could maybe print something that looks like that, but it being in this box with this sticker on it now makes it an original product from SMA Home Ventures LLC. And let's see what else we have. And here's one more example. And they even gave us a close-up of the picture, which isn't loading. So as we can see, they took everything that's in the box, and they're sitting on top of the box here. But they're sure to put that box in here, because that has now made it part of this bundle. And because it's part of the bundle, this is on the bundle, and it can't be replicated, because this makes it an original product. So if you see a bundle that you want to sell on and it has something like this, it's in a box, it's in packaging, it comes with something extra, then you can't sell it. And if you have that on yours, then other people can't sell it either. So it's a two-way street. Now here's another one. These are the popcorn tins. I'll bet these are the ones that you buy at Dollar Tree, and they wrap this around the top. looks like a piece of paper that's taped on there, but now that makes it, you know, their own bundle under their own name. See, this isn't from whatever Primetime Popcorn. This is from, you know, Superior, which is probably their own name. See, this is a seller, Superior Home Arts Crochet, and the manufacturer is Superior. This is now, you know, their own product that's containing, you know, a bunch of popcorn and candy. Not keeping up with the chat, so.
There's just
Okay, so yeah, I see him. Right, so the all white background, they don't force you to have that when you list. Of course you should. You know, if you're not great with video or photos, you know, then go on Fiverr and give somebody $5. I mean, you're creating a listing that you're potentially going to sell hundreds or thousands of, you know, a product. You can spend $5 to have somebody remove the background, you know, or multiple backgrounds. Yes, they do care. It's a requirement, you know, but, you know, they're probably going to allow that to go live. Somebody's not physically checking every new listing. They have tens of millions of new listings a month, you know, and they just can't, you know, they can't physically check each one. You know, eventually something's going to happen. You know, they're going to look at a listing, whatever's going to happen, you know, and they may make it, they may take it down until you fix it. You know, I've got a ton of inactive listings in books and other categories that are inactive now because they don't have you know, they don't have they have a background that's not pure white, or, you know, whatever the rule is. But, you know, it's best to create it well now. I mean, this one looks a lot better than, you know, the whichever one it was. You know, the next, obviously not a pure white background. They stuck it on a sheet or whatever they did there. You know, most of them look good. And, you know, of course, you know, that one obviously is just on a wall or something. You know, this one does not follow the rules either, because this is computer-generated shadowing from Photoshop. You know, and this one doesn't look that great either. You know, I'd rather buy the one that looks good like this than the ones that don't. But, you know, don't worry about other people following the rules. You know, you do things the right way, and, you know, the other people will catch up to them eventually. You know, it's always best to follow the rules. You know, it's going to be better for you in the long run. Other people are going to get in trouble. You're not. Right. So Richard said he did these kind of snack bundles last summer. You know, and if it's a hot listing, you know, we're not looking at this bundle. I'm not saying go make a snack bundle and sell it on Amazon. You know, I'm trying to show you, you know, what's an open one that you can sell on and what's not, and, you know, what you should be selling and how to make yours original when others aren't. You know, Amazon has told me themselves that, you know, if they have this sticker or a custom box, you know, then you can't sell on it. You know, that's all there is to it, you know, and they've done that on purpose. I think that was all the questions. Okay, so and of course with these listings, you know, these are all complementary items. You know, there's tons of you know, toy products that are, you know, complementary. You know, 3 different varieties of the same toy, or whatever it is. But, you know, the big thing is definitely to find, you know, products that are complementary. You know, another way that they're, you know, doing this is when you're making a bundle, you know, you should want to make it as hard as possible for somebody else to get on the listing. I mean, it can happen. Eventually it's going to happen. You're going to have to deal with it, but you don't have to make it easy on them. So, if you can buy one thing from, Sam's Club and something else from the Dollar Tree, that's going to go into this bundle, along with wherever else you're buying it. And then that's going to make it harder for people to source when they have to find it from multiple sources. You're always best when you're doing bundles is to use, plenty of multiple sources. And, what makes them, so appealing to people is the price. I mean, this is 30 pieces of candy. And, for 30, a 30 pack of candy or whatever it is, for $30, you're not going to sell on Amazon. If you got a 30 pack of peanuts or combos, you wouldn't be selling them for $30. They'd be selling for $10. This is something you can put together. It takes a lot of work because now, if you have 30 different items, which most bundles aren't this big, a bundle can be 2 items, it can be 3 items, it can be, 2 different flavors of coffee. And I'm using these just as examples of, how you can make your packaging so other people aren't going to be so easy to be jumping on them. But, if you have 30 things in a bundle, you have to get 30 different things. And you have to open all those packages. You have to put together, if it has 24 pieces in it, 30 pieces in it, you have to tape up 30 boxes and then, open each one. I've done it before. I've had these snack bundles before. And, you have to open all of them and put them in each one of the individual boxes and, make sure you don't miss one. And, some products are going to have 12 to a box. Some are going to have 24. Some are going to have 30 or 32. And, it's a lot of work to match up, see how many's in each one, and then, create them. So, I'm not saying it's easy to make something like this. I'm not even telling you to make something like this, but, I'm just showing you, how you can make sure that people aren't doing it. And if you're going to create a listing, did I really? Oh, Jesus. Okay, just a moment. So if you're going to create a listing like this, don't do this and get upset when other people start selling on it, because that's, what this listing is for. You have to do things that are going to stop other people from selling. If we just do a quick search on Amazon, we're going to see, there's tons of these listings out here. Some have, great ranks, some are not so great. And, here's some of the ones that we've seen. But as you can see, here's an original box. Here, this one looks like they put a tote bag with it. That's probably their own name printed on it. And like I said, I've seen bottle openers and all kinds of other things added to bundles, for no reason. These can never be on FBA. As you can see, the custom boxes are very popular. Here's another one with a custom box on it. Something like this is 3 different. I don't even know how they could, these shouldn't be less than $1 a piece. On $6, you only make about $2.30. So that probably doesn't make a whole lot of sense. But as you can see, these are in custom boxes. This one's a college box. This one is sealed in some kind of original bag. And you have to, and this is the same brand of the Healthy Snacks Care Package, with the same box. So, you know, you have to do something to set yourself apart, no matter what category you're going to be doing your bundling in. Now, as for you know, finding these kind of products, you know, that's a whole other idea, because, you know, the best way to find products are just to look for a good selling product and put them together. Here's see, they're calling this a winter ultimate variety pack, but I don't see anywhere in here that's a bundle. This is, yeah, it doesn't say bundle in here at all. It says variety pack. So this isn't following the rules. It is $56 though. Oh, are people paying that? It's ranked 125,000. I can't believe that people would pay this much for a multi-pack. And these are, the cinnamon bun, I believe, was just around Q4, and they probably don't have it anymore. So this is probably in limited supply. There's only 4 left. So these were probably selling, you know, more around wintertime. But what we do is, you know, we look at these, you know, a hot selling product, even if it's in pantry, it's fine. But we want to look at those frequently bought together, and customers who bought these also bought. You know, this is your best friend when building bundles. So, you know, you already know Amazon has done all the work for you. They're telling you that people are buying a pack of this Oreos and a pack of Kit Kat Minis and Hershey Pieces together. So, you know, buy these products and make a bundle. It doesn't matter that it's only selling for $12.50, because as a bundle, you're going to be able to get a much higher premium probably. You know, and this is also now these are sponsored products that they're promoting directly to this listing. You know, ignore these. But customers who bought these also bought, you know, here's the Kit Kat Minis and the Hershey Pieces again, and these other cookies. But, you know, this looks like a great bundle to me. And these are in, sorry, you know, these are $1.98 each. You know, so these probably aren't even on Prime, I would assume, unless they're being merchant fulfilled. Okay, so this is just an add-on item. You know, so they're $1.99. You could probably source these here, put these Oreos and these pecan sandies and these Simply Mades together, and you know, you'd have a great bundle if somebody already didn't do it. You know, and they're complementary items. It's 3 kinds of cookies that, you know, people have bought together and you know, are going to probably buy again. And there's 13 pages of products. So that's what, about 85 products that, you know, Amazon already knows that people have bought, you know, with this pack of Oreos. And these are all products that aren't, or most of them are products that aren't worth buying individually. You know, well, this one's $5.40, so this one's $10. You know, but there's none on FBA of this one. There might be some for a higher price. All right, so these are selling for $12.99 by themselves. So you could package these Oreos with any of these products down here, and, you know, I mean, this is a great item just to sell. I mean, it's ranked 6,700. You know, without even looking for a BOLO. I mean, it's 6,700, and the cheapest one in FBA is $13. You know, so you know, it's $4 at the most at the store, and, you know, bundle it with all these other products. You can buy them right from Amazon for $1.99 a piece, and have them sent to you, or, you know, buy them at the store. Any of those products you can find at the store. You know, of course, every product in here isn't going to be complimentary. It's just showing you things that bought together. Of course, don't put cookies with socks, or probably popcorn, but you know, there's a lot of good products here. You know, I see 3 kinds of cheese crackers that you could probably put together, you know, that people would be open to buy before they, you know, that wanted to sample them out. You know, a spicy and the zings and the, you know, whatever flavors there are. And, you know, this is really the best place to find, you know, to find your complementary items to put together. And there, you know, there's a ton of ideas just on one listing. Okay, lots of questions. Oh, Molly's here. That bundle's a great idea with the box like that. We have the stickers for our LLC. Yeah, I mean, that's great. You'll see a lot of them. There's a you know, there's a ton of custom boxes. You know, we look at a lot of bundles. We sell on a lot of other people's bundles. You know, but of course we're not selling on, you know, like the big snack bundles or things like that. Things that obviously people are gonna, you know, we're not trying to find problems and steal other people's listings. But, you know, if it's 6 different kinds of Oreos, we're definitely, you know, interested in selling on something like that. I don't sell a lot of Oreos. The price has tanked too many times for me personally, so we stay away from them. But, you know, any kind of bundled multiple flavors, you know, seems to do pretty well. You know, a lot of times people can't find all those flavors, or they'll buy that bundle, you know, like the cake mix. Or whatever it was, cakes, cupcakes. They'll buy those 6 to see which one they like best, and then they'll continue to buy their favorite flavors. Yes, Joanne, you can bundle in any category as long as you're approved. Like I said, you can't, just like you can't list food and health to get around being gated in food, but you know, same works for a bundle. You know, you're supposed to be approved for all of those categories, you know, that you're selling in. You know, so don't use a bundle to get around being able to sell. Yeah, 35 items, Richard. That's very
Wow.
so that's very big. And Barry wanted to know about pay-per-click advertising. We use it a lot. I've showed what we do in videos before. You know, so check out the pin and post. Look at the pay-per-click advertising. I always like doing that. If you have a lot in a product line, or, you know, a lot of a certain style or niche of anything on Amazon, I would lump all those together and get good keywords. You know, use merchant words. We got a great discount, 70% off with them. Only makes it like $9 a month or something. And I've been using it for years. You know, and that's giving you results right from somehow what Amazon searches are doing. So, you know, use that information and, you know, get those pay-per-clicks. I mean, they cost very little compared to what your returns are going to be. Right, and again, you know, a lot, you know, the big bundles, I mean, they sell great, you know, for back to school. You know, we have sold a ton of them. Yeah, so we're already an hour in. Wow. So if you have any more questions, you know, we're open to going over anything else, but advertising on social media, I really haven't done great, you know, with Facebook ads or things like that for, you know, like selling bundles or selling my Amazon products. I know I see lots of them. I know some people do well. You know, we do well, you know, for, or coaching services, selling lists, things on that end of the business, as well as, getting signups for our coloring books. We give away a free downloadable coloring book, and that, we've gotten a good response so far for that, things like that, getting people's mailing lists and doing that. But, converting, as well as shirts, doing merch. And, we've haven't done a lot of paid ads in that range either, but, we have gotten a good result from that, but not really, to sell, our Amazon goods, because, people are going there looking for a bundle when they're looking for it. They're not, if somebody sees a cool shirt, they'll buy the cool shirt. If somebody likes coloring books, they'll sign up to get the free coloring book. But, if they see Oreos, I mean, what are the chances that they're going to click through and buy those Oreos? Or, they might see that ad and go to Amazon later, or, product bundles are the same way. I'm sure there's people making money doing that, but it really hasn't worked out well for us so far. Of course, I'd like to get into more of that, but we haven't had good results. And if you have products that people can do an impulse buy to buy it, clothing, shirts, cool cups I'm looking at here, then that may be, the niche that you need to, to get that stuff. But, it has to be impulse type of buys to get that, because you can't install, cookies. You can't install, anything that you're going to get those sales from them later on. So, it's something that you're going to have to get people to impulse buy right now. And, if it's not that kind of product, then you're probably just wasting your money. Now, if you can get people to sign up to, create a mailing list, get people to sign up for your mailing list, so you're promoting, your products, over time, then that's definitely, a good way to go. Money is in the list. It's always in the list. Your email, is the most important thing you have as a consumer, to any kind of marketer, because that's where you get the response from. Consumers respond to, to those emails. As much as people say email is dead, it's, it's still where the money's at. So if you have those kind of products, promote on social media. If you're selling cookies and food and, all this other stuff that, most of us have, then that might not be the best place for it. And with that, if there's no more questions, I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up.
So